Sophia
Just feel
woke up
so
that morning feeling
overwhelmed by
strange.
everything lately.
The sunlight
It
came
is
through her
okay to
window
feel
just
that way,
like every other
Sophia.
day,
I
but
am
something
here.
felt different
Just
inside
breathe.
her. She sat up in bed and waited for the happy feeling she usually had in the morning. It did not come. She frowned slightly. I don't know why, she whispered, placing her hand on her chest. I just feel heavy. Sophia got out of bed and began her morning routine. She washed her face, brushed her hair, and got dressed. Everything looked normal on the outside. But inside her mind, her thoughts felt slow and cloudy. As she walked through the halls, she greeted people with a small smile. They smiled back, but Sophia felt far away, like she was watching herself from a distance. The joy she usually felt while walking through the castle was missing. At breakfast, Sophia sat at the table quietly. The food was the same as always, but she did not feel hungry. She pushed the food around on her plate and stared at it. Sophia, are you okay? Queen Miranda asked gently. Yes, Sophia replied quickly. I'm fine. But she wasn't. Her heart felt tight and her thoughts felt loud and confusing. She did not know how to explain it. She did not even understand it herself. After breakfast, Sophia tried to join her usual activities. She sat down to read, but the words on the page did not make sense. She tried to focus, but her mind kept drifting. Why can't I concentrate? She thought. She closed the book and rested her head in her hands. A wave of sadness passed through her without warning. Her eyes filled with tears and she did not know why. I didn't do anything wrong, she whispered. So why do I feel like crying? Sophia wiped her eyes quickly when she heard footsteps. She did not want anyone to see her like this. She took a deep breath and tried to calm herself. The rest of the day felt long. Sophia moved through her activities slowly. She laughed when others laughed, but it felt forced. Inside, she felt tired even though she had not done much. By afternoon, Sophia felt overwhelmed. Sounds felt too loud. People talking made her feel uneasy. She slipped away to a quiet room and sat down alone. I just need a moment, she told herself. But the moment did not help. Her thoughts began to race. She worried about everything and nothing at the same time. She worried that something was wrong with her. She worried that she was changing. What if I'm not the same anymore? She thought. The idea scared her. When Queen Miranda found Sophia sitting alone, she noticed the sadness in her eyes right away. She sat beside her and spoke softly. You've been very quiet today, she said. Do you want to talk? Sophia hesitated. Her throat felt tight. She wanted to explain, but the words felt tangled in her mind. I don't know what's wrong, Sophia said slowly. I just don't feel like myself. Queen Miranda listened carefully. She did not interrupt or rush Sophia. My mind feels tired, Sophia continued. Even when my body isn't. And sometimes I feel sad for no reason. Her voice trembled as she spoke. Saying the words out loud made them feel real. Queen Miranda placed a gentle hand over Sophia's. Thank you for telling me, she said. That takes courage. Sophia looked up. Does it mean something is wrong with me? She asked quietly. No, her mother replied firmly. It means you're human. The words surprised Sophia. Sometimes, Queen Miranda continued, our minds need care just like our bodies do. Feeling confused or heavy does not mean you are weak. Sophia nodded slowly, though she was still unsure. Later that evening, Sophia lay on her bed and stared at the ceiling. The day replayed in her mind. She thought about how suddenly everything felt different. It came out of nowhere, she whispered. She hugged her pillow and tried to rest, but her thoughts kept moving. She felt tired, yet sleep did not come easily. I want to feel normal again, she thought. That night, Sophia dreamed of walking through a fog. She could see shapes and hear voices, but everything felt distant. When she woke up, the feeling stayed with her. The next morning, the heaviness was still there. Sophia realized something important. This was not a bad day. This was something deeper. And she did not know how to fix it on her own. As she sat quietly by the window, watching the world move outside, Sophia felt a mix of fear and hope. Fear because she did not understand what was happening inside her mind. Hope because she had finally said something. Her journey was just beginning. And for the first time, Sophia knew she would need help to find her way back to herself. The next morning, Sophia woke up feeling even more tired than the night before. She had slept, but it did not feel like rest. Her eyes opened slowly and she stayed still in bed, hoping the heavy feeling inside her would disappear. It did not. Her mind felt noisy, filled with thoughts that would not settle. She tried to take a deep breath, but even breathing felt difficult. Not painful, just tiring. I don't understand, she whispered. I didn't do anything yesterday. Sophia sat up and rubbed her eyes. The room looked the same as always, but she felt different inside it. She moved slowly, like her energy had been taken away overnight. As she got dressed, she felt overwhelmed by small choices. Which dress to wear? Which shoes? Things that used to be easy now felt hard. Why is everything so much? She wondered. At breakfast, Sofia barely spoke. She stared at her plate and felt a tight feeling in her chest. She wanted to eat, but her appetite was gone. Queen Miranda noticed immediately. "You seem very quiet," she said gently. "I'm just tired," Sofia replied. But it was more than tiredness. It felt like her mind was carrying a heavy weight she could not put down. After breakfast, Sofia tried to focus on her lessons. She sat at her desk and listened, but the words drifted past her. Her thoughts kept interrupting. What if I never feel better? What if I disappoint everyone? What if I'm broken? The thoughts came one after another, making her head ache. Sofia placed her hands over her ears for a moment, hoping to quiet her mind. It did not help. She felt frustrated with herself. Why can't I just try harder? She thought. That thought made her feel worse. By midday, Sofia felt exhausted. She had not run or played, yet she felt like she had done too much. She asked to rest and went back to her room. She lay on her bed and stared at the ceiling again. Tears rolled quietly down her cheeks. I don't want to feel like this, she whispered. Her sadness felt deep and confusing. There was no clear reason for it, and that made it scarier. Later, Queen Miranda came to sit beside her. She did not ask questions right away. She simply stayed with Sofia. I feel lost, Sofia said after a while. Like I don't know what's happening inside me. Queen Miranda nodded slowly. That can happen when your mind is overwhelmed, she said. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. Sofia looked at her. But everyone else seems fine, she said. Why am I not? Her mother took her hand gently. Everyone struggles in different ways, she said. Some struggles are just harder to see. Those words stayed with Sofia. Later that day, a gentle helper came to talk with Sofia. They spoke softly and asked her how she felt. My thoughts don't stop, Sofia said. And I feel sad without knowing why. That can be very tiring, the helper replied. Your mind may need rest and care just like your body does when it's hurt. Sofia thought about that. So I'm not weak? She asked. No, the helper said kindly. You are human. That evening, Sofia tried a calming routine. She sat quietly, breathed slowly, and listened to soft music. At first it felt strange. Her thoughts still wandered, but slowly they began to slow down. For a short moment she felt calm. I like this, she whispered. But the calm did not last long. Soon the heaviness returned. Still, that small moment gave her hope. That night, Sofia lay in bed and thought about everything. She felt scared of her own mind. She felt unsure of the future. But she also felt something new. She was not facing this alone anymore. The next morning, Sofia woke up feeling the same heaviness, but she did not panic. She remembered what she had learned. This feeling is real, she told herself. And it's okay to ask for help. She spoke more openly that day. When someone asked how she felt, she answered honestly. I'm having a hard time, she said. No one got angry. No one walked away. That surprised her. As the day went on, Sofia still felt overwhelmed, but she also felt understood. That made the weight feel slightly lighter. She realized something important. Mental pain does not always show. But it is just as real as any other pain. And it deserves care. As Sofia rested that evening, she knew she was still struggling. But she was no longer lost. She was beginning to find her way, one gentle step at a time. The days passed slowly, and Sofia noticed how different she felt from everyone around her. The heavy feeling in her mind was still there, even when she smiled or spoke kindly. On the outside she looked the same as always. On the inside she felt changed. She woke up one morning and sat quietly on her bed. The room was peaceful, yet her thoughts felt busy. She sighed and looked at her hands. Why do I feel like this? She whispered. Why can't I be like before? Sofia got dressed and walked through the halls. People greeted her cheerfully, and she returned their greetings politely. But each smile felt difficult to hold. She felt like she was pretending. At breakfast, she sat among others and listened to their conversations. They talked about plans, laughter, and small joys. Sofia nodded along, but her mind felt far away. They don't feel what I feel, she thought. They don't understand. Later, during her lessons, Sofia struggled again. She tried to focus, but her thoughts kept drifting. She stared at the page in front of her, reading the same line again and again. Why is this so hard? She wondered. Someone nearby whispered, Sofia seems distracted lately. The words reached her ears and settled heavily in her heart. She felt embarrassed. She wondered if others noticed her struggle more than she thought. During a break, Sofia walked alone in the hallway. She felt a strong urge to hide. The feeling of being different made her chest tighten. What if they think something is wrong with me? She thought. She sat on a bench and rested her head in her hands. Her emotions felt too big to manage. She felt sad, confused, and alone all at once. Queen Miranda found her there a short while later. She sat beside Sofia quietly, not saying anything at first. "I feel strange," Sofia said after a moment. "Like I don't fit anymore." Her mother looked at her with gentle eyes. "Feeling different doesn't mean you don't belong," she said softly. "But everyone else seems okay," Sofia replied. "I feel broken." Queen Miranda shook her head. "You are not broken," she said firmly. "You are going through something difficult." Sofia swallowed hard. "Then why do I feel ashamed?" she asked. "Because when pain is invisible, people often blame themselves," her mother replied. Those words made Sofia pause. Later that day, Sofia met with the gentle helper again. This time she spoke more openly. "I feel like people don't understand me," Sofia said. "They see me smile, so they think I'm fine." "That can be very lonely," the helper replied. "Many people hide their struggles." Sofia nodded slowly. "I don't want to be a problem," she said. "You are not a problem," the helper said kindly. "You are a person who needs care." The words touched Sofia deeply. That evening, Sofia avoided mirrors and quiet corners. Being alone made her thoughts louder. She joined others for dinner, but she barely spoke. She listened and nodded, feeling invisible and noticed at the same time. After dinner, she returned to her room and closed the door gently. She sat on her bed and let the silence surround her. "I miss myself," she whispered. Tears filled her eyes. She felt weak for crying, but she could not stop. She hugged her pillow tightly and let the feelings come. "I didn't choose this," she said softly. Later that night, Sofia wrote in a small journal. Her hand moved slowly as she put her thoughts on paper. "Today I felt misunderstood," she wrote. "I feel different and that scares me. I'm afraid people won't accept me if they know how I really feel." She paused and read the words. Writing made her feel a little lighter. She added another line. "I want to believe that I am still enough." The next morning, Sofia woke up tired but calmer. The heaviness was still there, but it did not feel as sharp. She remembered the words she had heard. "You are not broken. You are not a problem." As she walked through the halls, she held on to those thoughts. When someone smiled at her, she smiled back, this time more gently, without forcing it. Later that day, someone asked, "Are you okay?" Sofia took a breath. "I'm learning," she replied. The answer felt honest. That afternoon, Sofia sat quietly in the garden. She watched leaves move in the breeze. She noticed how each leaf was different, yet all belonged to the same tree. That's like people, she thought. Feeling different did not mean being alone. As the sun lowered, Sofia felt a small sense of acceptance growing inside her. She did not feel better yet, but she felt less afraid. She realized something important. Being misunderstood did not make her weak. It meant she was brave enough to feel deeply. And even though her journey was not easy, she was still moving forward. One slow, gentle step at a time. Sofia woke up one morning with a new feeling. The heaviness was still there, but it did not scare her as much as before. She sat on her bed and took a slow breath, just like she had been taught. "I am still here," she whispered to herself. The words felt small but strong. She noticed that her thoughts were still noisy, but now she knew they were not her fault. That knowledge made a difference. She got dressed calmly and walked through the halls without rushing. At breakfast, Sofia spoke a little more than usual. Her voice was quiet but steady. Queen Miranda smiled at her, proud but gentle, not pushing her. After breakfast, Sofia met the helper again. This time she did not feel nervous. She sat comfortably and listened. "Healing does not happen all at once," the helper said. "It happens in small steps." Sofia nodded. "Sometimes I feel better," she said. "And sometimes I don't." "That is normal," the helper replied. "Progress is not a straight line." Those words stayed with Sofia. Later that day, Sofia tried something new. Instead of hiding when she felt overwhelmed, she spoke up. "I need a break," she said quietly during her lesson. No one argued. No one looked upset. She stepped outside and sat in the fresh air. She closed her eyes and focused on her breathing. The world felt calmer for a moment. That helped, she thought. In the afternoon, Sofia felt tired again. The sadness returned, soft but heavy. Instead of fighting it, she rested. She lay down and allowed herself to feel without judging herself. I don't have to fix everything today, she reminded herself. That thought felt kind. As the days passed, Sofia learned to notice her feelings. She learned what made her feel calmer and what made her feel worse. Loud sounds overwhelmed her. Quiet moments helped her heal. She began to understand herself better. One evening, Sofia joined a small gathering. She stayed for a short time and then left when she felt tired. No one forced her to stay. That made her feel safe. I'm proud of you, Queen Miranda told her later. You are listening to yourself. Sofia smiled softly. I'm trying, she said. That night, Sofia reflected on her journey. She remembered how scared she had been at the beginning. She remembered the shame and confusion. I've come far, she whispered. The next day, Sofia helped someone else who was feeling upset. She listened quietly and did not rush them. I understand, Sofia said gently. For the first time, her pain helped her show kindness to others. As weeks went by, Sofia still had hard days. Some mornings were heavy. Some nights were long. But she no longer felt lost. She knew she could ask for help. She knew her feelings mattered. One afternoon, Sofia stood in front of a mirror. She looked at herself carefully. I am still me, she said out loud. Her reflection did not look broken. It looked tired but strong. Sofia learned that healing meant patience. It meant resting when needed and speaking when things felt too heavy. It meant accepting help. One day, Sofia wrote in her journal again. Today I asked for help, she wrote. And nothing bad happened. I am learning that needing help does not make me weak. She closed the journal with a small smile. That evening, Sofia watched the sunset quietly. The sky changed colors slowly without rushing. She felt comforted by that. Healing is like this, she thought. Slow but real. As the stars appeared, Sofia felt grateful. Not because everything was perfect, but because she was learning how to care for her mind. She realized something important. Mental struggles do not mean failure. They mean growth. And as Sofia rested that night, she felt a calm hope settle inside her. She was healing. One breath. One step. One honest moment at a time.